I'm Just Ken was obviously like just a tremendous
It was wonderful.
show. I mean, it was wonderful. And it really did feel like our generation's version of the Billy Crystal 90s. Just like we're all here together, united in this like silly but delightful pop cultural moment that is like ridiculous, but everyone's committed to it. From Ryan Gosling all the way down. I was glad they brought all his backup Kens.
Everyone showed up.
Yeah.
Kingsley Ben-Adir showing out. Simu Liu showing out. It was great. Slash. Shout out to Slash.
Apparently, the review from home was that Knox loved Slash and his guitar and was very excited about that.
Makes a lot of sense. If you don't like that, you don't like the Oscars. That was the Oscars at its best, doing a big brassy thing that was representative of the year in movies with extremely famous people. And the thing is like Gosling, when he wants to be, is the chosen one. Like when he wants to do it and isn't too cool for it and is willing to play, he was perfect. He was perfect as Ken. There was a lot of like anxiety about the idea of someone like him stealing the movie, but he does steal the movie in many ways. And he stole Oscar night by doing that performance. I didn't think he would do it. I thought he was going to play too cool, and he didn't. He went 1,000%. I thought he sang really well.
Yeah, hit every note. Yeah. Singing live, started in the audience, multiple like altitude changes, you know, because he was going up and down because he brought Margot and Greta Gerwig and America Ferrera in to sing. And then he also got Emma Stone, his frequent co-star, to also do I'm Just, you know, it was great. It was so delightful. And that also, like, no, Barbie didn't win the night, but that to me was a great summary of like why Barbie the movie just like worked so well and why it is like a real achievement, because it is hard to create something that zany that everyone is just completely won over by. And it won the room.
I think it let the show have what it needs to have to be successful, which it needs to be able to basically have its cake and eat it too. It needs to be able to have Barbie be at the center of the show because people love Barbie and like common moviegoers loved Barbie and saw it. And it also lets a grand master of cinema who's been waiting a long time, who made a very serious movie about a serious subject, get celebrated for that movie. And so we get to now say, literally, Steven Spielberg passing the torch to Christopher Nolan when he presented Best Director, and that all the Nolan heads out there feel vindicated that their boy is now in the hallowed halls of Best Director winners, that Oppenheimer was the best film of the year. You know, it has seemed boring to us because we've been covering it so closely for so long. But it is ultimately what we were talking about, which is that this will be the Nolan Oppenheimer Oscars. That's in all likelihood, this is the way they will be remembered. It won't be the Emma Stone Oscars. It won't be the Zone of Interest Oscars. It won't be the Anatomy of a Fall Oscars. It'll be the Oppenheimer Oscars, which is how you know it's like it's a mega year. As I was watching the show, I was thinking about our conversation about how many people will watch the show, and now I'm like, how big can this show get? Like, could it be like 27 million people watching this show? I don't know. Suddenly, I feel like a lot of people are going to tune in.
So it's 8:03 PST on Sunday night when we're recording this. I just want that in context. You're full of hope and optimism and your belief that all it takes is popular film, a popular film, and then here come...
Not just a popular film being nominated. Because people reached out to me and they were like, hey, Maverick and Avatar: The Way of Water were nominated. They were not contending.
That is a very nice way of summarizing what people said to you. But anyway,
I mean, with love and respect, fuck them. What I'm saying is when a movie like that is dominating, when it's The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, when it's Titanic, when it's Gladiator, like movies like that.
I just realized that Leo didn't go.
He did not go.
Leo.
He did not. He one of a few notable non-attendees at this Academy Awards.
And I guess I would have been very disappointed if Lily had won and he were not there,
Do you think he was shacked up with Hayao Miyazaki and Wes Anderson?
Yeah, definitely.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, those three guys.
What do you think they have to say to each other? What do you think Miyazaki has to say to Leo? You think he's a fan?
Do you think that Miyazaki's a fan of Leo or that Leo's a fan of Miyazaki? I know Leo's a huge fan of Miyazaki.
Leo loves Spirited Away. He puts Marty onto Spirited Away.
Right. So Leo is just sitting there asking him like very earnest questions. I think that's the only time that Leo gets to unlock his inner child.
Come on the big picture.
Yeah.
We can talk about it, Leo, anytime.
Yeah.
That is interesting that Leonardo DiCaprio did not attend. Robert De Niro was there and he looked quite stern through the entire evening. I don't know if the man cracked a smile one time. There were several cutaways.
There was like one tiny inch of a smile when Tim Robbins, who was like his
I'd like to speak on that. Yes.
Introductor or whatever, called it an Oscar winning instead of an Oscar worthy performance. And there was a nice moment, and like the life came on in his eyes, but like it wasn't a full smile.
For the most part, he glowered at everyone. So I have one note for the show.
It's not my note. This is bad. And so you tempered your opinions about this as the show went on. And I would like to encourage you now, before you say anything, to lead with your end of show feelings as opposed to your best supporting actress feelings.
It was a great show. In fact, here's what I'd like to say. I thought the usage of clips in this award show was excellent. When they used clips, like when they showed us best sound and they isolated the sound so that we could hear the work that the artisans did, brilliant. I loved it. It's been done before, but the way that they did it this time around was very, very good. It teaches the audience in a subconscious way what the art of filmmaking is without beating you over the head. It's not like showing you a sketch. It's just in a very succinct way explaining what filmmaking is.
Yeah.
Acting is also something people want to see.
Time out. Because there's going to be the rare thing where I was going to say up until you said the word acting and you were talking about the usage of clips in this show, I was going to agree with you.
Okay.
I thought that they had a very smart, well-chosen, efficient, but effective approach to using clips. And my problem with clips, historically, has been what you are about to ask for.
They've chosen this year, of course, to have former winners come out and introduce each of the nominees in the 4 acting categories. In general, I like this idea. I like creating this historical strand that you're following if you're a fan of movies and a fan of the Academy Awards. I like remembering, did Jessica Lange, did she win for Blue Sky? What year was that? I like seeing people that I haven't seen in a while. I liked Nicolas Cage getting on stage at the Academy Awards and being the most charismatic person in the room for 12 seconds. That was awesome. I love Nick Cage. Cool to see him re-welcomed back into the fold. There was something nice about what they did, and they've done that before. I think it was 2008 when they last did this, where they had these former winners come out and introduce. I thought some of the writing, and I don't know if it was some of these kind of mini speeches were written for the actors or whether they wrote them themselves. It seemed like a mix to me based on how people spoke. And that's also very interesting about how people feel, how comfortable they feel with public speaking and or writing. So you can analyze that however you see fit.
And or who actually responded to the performance and who got, filled in at the last minute. And it was sure, I admire that person from afar.
We'll never know the answer to that. But to not show us the actors doing anything feels like robbing not just the people who are fans of the movies and like them, but the people who've never seen the movies before and would get a chance to see Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction if they haven't seen that movie, because a lot of people have not seen that movie. Or get a chance to see Sandra Huller in Anatomy of a Fall, which is, of course, one of the best performances of the year, but that movie just went on Hulu a week ago. Most people haven't seen that movie who are watching the show. If 25 million people watch the show, what percentage of them have seen Anatomy of a Fall? 20%? 30%? So my point is, give them a tease. Give them a taste. Don't give me a little montage cut together of the Best Picture nominees that nobody's paying attention to, that they feel like they've seen on a TV commercial. Show me the acting.
In some cases, they actually did, because Rolex just decided to advertise watches with acting clips.
I've been working in partnership with them, and they've given me 35 Rolexes. I'll give you one if you're nice to me for the remainder of this pod.
Call me when you get a partnership with Cartier. Okay. Anyway, I disagree with you. Number one, because I really liked the presentations of the previous winners and the new people. It gives each person a moment.
What was your favorite?
I thought Sam Rockwell did a great job.
He was very spirited, acknowledging Robert Downey Jr.
I was just really excited that Mahershala Ali was there. That's just a great way to close out any category.
I didn't know he and Mark Ruffalo were boys. That was news to me.
Well,
I saw that they'd recently taken a photo together on social media. Okay. I immediately just typed in Mahershala Ali and all right. And Mark Ruffalo. Are they homies?
Anyway, I liked that.
I went to the Are They Homies generator, by the way. And I said, yes, they are indeed
good.
Homies.
Do you run that on your spare time while you're also maintaining your spreadsheets?
I do. Yep. As head of content of Are They Homies. Yeah.
I liked it. I like seeing celebrities at an award show. That's kind of my primary reason for tuning in. So the more people, the better. I thought for the most part, they were sincere. And the nominees seemed moved by it. I like that they each got a moment. I also generally think that the clips chosen for the acting reels are some of like the worst examples of acting and Oscar bait that have ever been committed to cinema. It is like I was doing like the Julianne Moore, like you come in, I come in here. You say, that's what it is. Like in every reel,
it's called cooking.
Yeah,
that's when people
it's
cook.
It's insane, and it's not representative of what they're doing, and they always look crazy. So I like this better. There are also plenty of opportunities to see these people acting in all the other clips and montages that you got throughout the film. I mean, the show.
I mean, I love you, but you're wrong. You're just dead wrong.
Well,
people are with me on this. More and more people are saying, show me clips. Why are we doing this?
They showed you clips. They showed you
the show ended
clips.
In under 3.5 hours.
If they had showed you more clips,
yeah,
it just would have been longer. And we would have just been there rewatching things that we have already seen.
I'll tell you what I enjoyed. I enjoyed just Steven Spielberg coming on stage and just giving an award out. I enjoyed Al Pacino showing up. A little unclear where he was, but I would say caffeinated and ready to go.
What did he say? My eyes see Oppenheimer? Which is like a really good just way
it was like
of
a
just
line out of Oppenheimer.
Yeah, no, I thought it was like I'm not like a no liability,
yes,
you know? It's
I'm not Warren Beattying the bottle.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's like, here's what I see.